the flip? What the flip, Chip? You know what I mean, yo? You set yourself afire.
Apparently, it still works even if you misspell it.
That's fun.
You misspelled everything?
I typed in dragon bath instead of dragon breath.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's
Dragon
funny.
Beth is dangerous.
Dragon Beth.
Dragon
The most
Beth.
amazing Beth of dragons.
The most amazing Beth. Dragon Beth. You shall.
Hey, did you guys know that high elves have extra magic?
What? No way.
Yep, and they can use highborn to regenerate magic.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's also frost breath.
Is there like a tip one of the pops when you type in FX? No.
No, I know that there's some of the FX commands somewhere because I was using them earlier. If I can find it again, I'll link it to you.
That was Frost.
FX library.
FX library.
Apparently FX Pizza makes fire.
I made fire once. But it was more like a
That
soup.
didn't do what it said it would do.
What are you guys even doing? Like, what are you playing? Where is this?
We're on
That
the
you're
roll
doing
This is
20
in roll
thing.
20.
We're waiting for you to
Oh.
pop on roll 20.
Wow, shit. I thought you guys said you were playing WoW for right now.
No.
No one said, hey, we're done with our dungeon. We're jumping on roll 20.
I'm pretty sure we did say we're done with the dungeon, getting a roll 20 now.
Actually, we did do that
No.
when he was AFK.
Oh, that will be why.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense because I was like, did I seriously just glaze over like an entire 5-minute conversation?
I mean, you kind of did, but you just weren't present for it.
Got it.
So yes and no.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Well, last Saturday's session, you guys finished by ransacking and burglarizing a warehouse of the Zentarum.
Yep.
You ran
That's
off
what we
with... How
did.
many paintings did you take? Just the two that you
We
didn't
left-
recognize?
We left the 4 paintings in.
And then
In
we
the
let... No,
lot.
I took 2.
Oh
And
yeah, I
hid-
had 1.
You had 1, I had 2. And then I think you dropped 1.
Will you take...
Did I? Yeah, you left it in there. Like, we left the 2 paintings because you gave them to me, remember? And I picked
yeah.
2 of them, and I hid them in that building where the green marker is on our map.
That's right. So Sin has took 2 of the paintings and hid them. The 2 that you didn't recognize the cities for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I need to know this shit. See, I pay attention to my life.
I pay attention to my life. Not yours, but mine I do.
No,
100%.
I know everything that happens when I'm around. I just forget it all immediately.
I just don't always, remember everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had... Okay. If I remember right, it was...
Let me just get into a safe place here.
What are you playing now?
Nothing.
Not like I'm playing Skyrim or anything.
No, I'm not. I swear. I didn't just walk
Sinestra
into
is playing The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
No, it's Sinestra's definitely not doing that. Fuck, I died.
It says.
I was trying to rush through this whole cave without,
It says
and
right
I
there.
got one shot.
Sanguine playing Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Nope, wasn't me. That's not me. You guys know it's not me. I'm not sanguine. I'm something else. Sanguine. Yeah, sing like you're singing a song.
So it's Sinestra is playing the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
It
Yeah,
doesn't say Sinestra. No.
it doesn't
not.
right now.
No, it doesn't say
Why?
it. See, you guys are lying. Fucking knew it. You guys are lying to me. I even checked. I just checked. I went up. I looked.
I just closed the game, looked, and checked, and it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah. Like, what the heck? You're lying to me.
I totally just closed it right now.
Yep.
It's not like you guys recorded it and put it on a stream or anything for posterity.
No, it wasn't. They don't lie to me. Who the heck plays Skyrim in this day and age? Like,
I don't know.
nah, wasn't me.
Probably some noobs waiting for some better games to show up or something.
Yeah, or people who just don't want to pay $60 for some random game that's about to come out.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Whoa, stashed paintings in the middle of the water is getting me.
Yeah, that's my note to remind myself what that green dot means.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could just do like an arrow. Hold on, one
You
sec.
know what I could do is I could just
Draw
take this
shape.
whole thing here and put it on the GM layer so you don't see it anymore.
Polygon line.
It's too late. I already took care of it. It's invisible to you, but I can see it.
Haha. But you can also see my my text.
What text? I don't see any text.
It's not letting me do it. Oh, you're erasing it. That's why. Quit. Eldritch Blast at the GM. Yo, when I do this, look at my character icon. Watch this. Oh, it didn't work. I tried to do like the effect.
You have your character selected?
Yeah.
There might be a cooldown timer or something. It did make a little
Yeah.
flashy thing.
It made a little fireball.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we ended the previous session with you guys stashing the paintings away. Makai, the druid of the coastline, as she identifies herself as, assisted you guys by informing you that there was a series of houses marked along the Tufa Skyline here that people believe to be haunted. So it should be a fairly safe place. You guys found a building that was marked as condemned by the city watch and decided that that's a good place as any to hide some shit. You went in there, found a chandelier hanging precariously from the ceiling, covered in cloth, hid the paintings in there with that. And that is where we ended the previous session. I believe you guys were heading toward the sewers to follow.
We were headed here.
Yeah, we were headed to where we were just where we haven't discussed if we were going to the sewers or not.
Okay, and that was where we were leaving off then.
I think I'm going back here. We're going in the sewers. It's a thing we have to do now.
Okay.
I'm all in.
I'm going to
'Cause
say
I wasn't gonna do it, but then that guy tried to because he tried to dip out on us, and then he came back, covered in a Zeria's sweat, I guess.
Whoa.
shit got awkward quick.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say he was covered in a tire track, but I don't think Zerio ran him over. So
he just found a truck out of nowhere. Fucking ran him over.
The wizard on the side summoned it in.
Conjure apparatus vehiculus.
The fuck is this thing?
Run him over.
hey, did you guys see the D&D Beyond icon? Is they did the Pride?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw they did that. Anyway, so it's up to you guys the direction you want to go. You did locate a sewer cap about halfway down the street here. There was one essentially at every major intersection.
Yeah, we're going to this one though. We talked about it.
All right, so you're gonna head down toward the sewer cavern
Yeah.
about yonder. All right.
Yeah.
For the sake of the storyline here, and since she's not here, I'm going to say Makai went back to go report to the Druid Circle about the number 7 or some stupid shit.
Maybe she went back to the inn for another bottle of wine.
She just stays in the condemned house to guard the paintings.
There you go. She's going to stay back here and just keep a lookout. She's going to be your lookout.
That way she's not across the entire city when she wants to come back.
Yeah. So she'll be your lookout. She'll send you a sending spell to one of you guys to inform you of something is going on or somebody's on to you.
She has sending spells.
I don't know.
Man,
She probably
jealous.
doesn't.
It just
actually.
tells me that something is gonna happen at some point.
Anyway, so you guys are heading down into the sewers then? Is that the plan?
Yep.
Suppose so.
All right. So you mosey your way down the long abandoned street here, covered in the evening fog of the wind wafting off the salty breeze of the seashore here.
Ooh, salty.
Salty breeze. As you approach the metallic cover of the sewer grate, you do notice that it is the dust that normally would be set around the edge of this, embedded among it all, has been disturbed, as if this cover had recently been lifted or moved.
Oh yeah, these motherfuckers down here. Let's go. I can already tell. My survival instincts.
I'm going to get the manhole open.
Ready?
I'm not going to help him, so please roll without initiative or without advantage.
As it's been knocked loose and with Sandor's massive dwarven strength, it's easy enough for him to just pop it out.
Even with his burn fingers?
Even with his burn fingers. You do need to use like something to get leverage into the corner of it because you really can't get your fingers on under it.
I'm gonna use my battle axe.
All right.
Cut yourself quick.
I don't have anything else.
This is gonna be an athletics check to see how well you hand up. So make an athletics check for me.
Hold on.
Let's see. Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
easy enough. You take the axe and you just cleave it down on the ground. You cut into some of the cobblestone next to it, and you think, fuck it. No one's gonna notice anyway. And you just pry the axe up, and with a pink, it flips in the air a couple times. It goes boom, bangs in the stone ground nearby, putting some cracks in the already deteriorated cobblestone. No one will probably notice anyway. And as you peer down into the sewer, the so pungent stench of the evening supper begins to waft up.
Dude, I just realized this entire time I've been walking around with this javelin and completely ignoring the fact that I even have the weapon.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Sorry.
I don't give a shit. It's your weapon, your character.
No, just...
You picked that up off of some asshole. No, that was from the tower.
It was literally from the tower from like 4 weeks ago.
Or more, yeah. That was a long time ago now.
Alright, I guess I'll climb.
Climbing down
I'm
then?
going to float in, taking very careful, measured movements so that I don't touch any of those nasty ass sewer walls or the floor or anything. And I'm just gonna have like the most disgusted look on my face, like we're going into the shithole.
As you descend into the pitch dark sewers, there is no natural light down here. A putrid stream flows along the sewer tunnel, which leads in two directions. In one direction, you see the tiny symbol described to you by Rainier when you found him in the warehouse. It's drawn on one of the walls in a yellow chalk, about palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from the center of the circumference.
I'll take one look at it and turn to the other two. And if we find anyone down here, how do you guys want to handle it? Want to talk to them first, or you just want to kill them and move on?
An icy chill begins to radiate out of the air, and you see a rapier made of fine ice appear in Zerio's hands.
We're killing.
Well, Fine by me. I'll take him out my Dragon Slayer. Killing him it is then.
No witnesses. No complaints.
I just realized I have true sight.
Do you?
Oh no. It said it for
Yeah,
for
you
whatever
clicked on your
reason.
when you click on your senses, it gives
My
you a
my
description.
brain is like
Yeah, you
not.
don't have true sight. You
I
have
got dark vision.
dark
I need better vision. Zerio, teach me to see better.
He looks at you perplexed for a minute, and then smacks you upside the head.
What the hell?
Does that help?
Actually, yeah.
There you go.
I now have true sight. I'm seeing stars, so the bright lights are opening the way.
I'm gonna move further into wherever the hell.
All right, so the sewer goes in two directions. You are currently standing in a tunnel that runs from east to west.
Is there anything distinguishing, like any yellow sign?
All you see when you go down the ladder, right at the base of the ladder, hidden behind the rungs. And the only reason why you guys know is that because you were looking for that symbol that was described to you, but it was behind the rungs of the ladder, positioned almost as though, like when you were going down the ladder, where your foot lands on that ladder, it would cover up the symbol. So the only reason why you guys saw it at all was one, Sinestro just floated his ass down there since he doesn't want to walk on it, and two, you were looking for it.
Is it pointing anywhere?
Not that you can tell, it's a circle drawn on yellow chalk, and there are 10 equidistant spokes, kind of like wiggly lines sticking out of it around all sides.
Wonderful. Can I say anything down either of these tunnels?
With your dark vision, you look to the left and to your right, and the tunnel just continues on to the edge of your vision.
Okay, I got it. I'm going to use dancing lights, and I'm going to send 2 off in each direction.
How far does your dancing lights travel?
120 feet.
120 feet. All right. Bum, 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 bum. So a range is 120 feet from where you're at. Bum, 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 bum. So your lights have to be within 20 feet of another light to create.
Yeah, so that's why I
maintain.
sent 2 in each direction.
Okay. So what I'm saying is they have to be within 20 feet of each other at a minimum distance starting from you at 60 feet. So 60
Yeah,
feet
so
and then 20.
so each light has to be within 20 feet of another light. So if
Yes.
there's 2 of them right next to each other, they can both they can split off and go in 2 different directions. Doesn't say they have to be all within 20 feet of each other. It's just they have to be in 20 feet of another light. So if they're both next to each other, we're good. And I get 4 of them. So 2
Yes.
in each direction.
But what I'm saying is if 2 lights are going one way and 2 are going the other way, 2 of those lights are exceeding the maximum distance of the other 2 lights, and the spell will cancel out.
No.
Yes.
1 light next to another light. They're 20 feet from each other. They both fill that requirement for each other. You trying to sneak this one out of here? Nah, I'm going this way.
Your lights travel out 60 feet in either direction and then fade out because they have reached the 120 feet tether between the lights where the spell exceeds
it's
it.
not 120 feet tether.
Light,
It's 120 feet of the area that I'm in.
But what I'm telling you is the lights have a 120 feet connection between each moat.
It doesn't say that.
I'm telling you that. This is how your spell is working.
That's rude. All right. Rude. All right. So 60 feet, I see things.
It's just more tunnel.
Great.
Watching
right,
you
I'm
guys
picking my
struggle to see how far you go, Zurio goes, The tunnel continues to the west and banks sharply about 90 feet or so down. To the east, there's a T intersection about 100 feet that direction.
Okay, so it just follows the road.
So one of the tunnels goes down.
So the one that is heading toward the docks that is going west comes down and makes a sharp bank to the right as if it was going to continue up Ship Street. The other one that's going east goes down and becomes a T.
All right, we're going to the T. Wait, Ziria, do you see any yellow signs?
Shrugs. They're on the walls. It's pitch black. It's not shining yellow, it's yellow chalk. To see them, you have to be at an angle to catch the wall, and probably a little bit closer considering how small that is, as he holds his hand up over the size of the thing.
All right, lead the way.
Which direction are we going then?
This way. East.
He nods, adjusts his footing on the edge of the fun little sewers here, and begins to slowly creep his way forward, keeping as quiet as he can.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly float behind him, keeping as quiet as my running mouth will let me.
I'm gonna fly them along.
Oh man. Floating along. Okay.
I mean, we need to make stealth checks if we're floating.
Uh, technically,
can.
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Do it. Floats. Unfortunately, my mouth doesn't want to go
No.
with my brain.
You're trying to be quiet, floating down the thing, and every now and then you just dip down just enough so that the force of the air, the magic that is propelling you in the air, causes ripples and little waves in the water lines.
I was gonna say, I just every once in a while I say, "What do you see, Serial?" And I say it a little bit too loud.
I mean, that works too, but at the same time, you're bored. It's middle of the night. You're floating through a tunnel, and the magic that propels you has an effect that's causing the water below you to just ripple as you get a little too close to it. He just
Okay.
looks at you and shakes his head and sighs. Like, why do I even bother? You get to the T intersection, and as you guys know what you're looking for, let's see everybody's passive perception. Yeah, it's high enough. You guys get to the T intersection, and as you reach the corner, looking across the way, there is another ladder that goes up to the surface, which meets another one of the Jesus Christ manhole covers. On the wall to the left, as you guys reach to the center of this intersection, as you step into the intersection itself, there is a small little marking in the similar fashion as the yellow symbol you saw when you passed down the previous tunnel.
We follow it.
Know where we're going now.
Alrighty, so you're continuing to the left.
Yeah, we
Yep.
gotta follow them yellow signs.
Alright, you're going to continue to slowly make your way forward. As you reach the center of this little intersection here, there is something disturbing the waterways.
Starving like how?
There's a very slight ripple in the water, and there's almost like the wake of the water itself flowing through.
Yeah, it's a monster.
All right,
I'm gonna throw
Sinestro
a fireball.
throws off an Eldritch Blast, and you throw a Firebolt. As you do so, you hear a thunderous retort as the magic bounces off and reverberates down the stone halls.
Fuck.
Sinestro, you hear a agonizing reptilian roar echoing down the halls. I need you guys to go ahead and just roll your initiative now.
I rolled it.
What was that macro for that rolling initiative again? Let me find that.
I got a 19 and I accidentally pressed it twice because it lagged.
There it is. I need to make a macro of this real quick for the other guy.
Whoops, I think I rolled again.
And then, oh, I already had one made. Whoops, I just didn't put it on the bar. Oh well. All right, so we'll roll for him. Oh, I need to change it.
I thought it was supposed to pop the initiative window up.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. Did that change?
I don't think so.
Mm.
There you go.
Oh, I should.
Damn, I got a 26.
I should have cleared that out. Shit.
I adjusted mine.
Mine's a 19. Hold on.
Let's. Sandor, what was yours? 10?
10. I put it in.
Okay, I'm going to just clear these old ones out because I should have done that beforehand. Kevin, please. Yes, I know, but I'm trying to run the game. And I asked you not to talk while I'm running the game.
Yeah, Kevin. Sit down. Stop being sin.
Let me fix this. It's not pulling up the sheet like it's supposed to, but that's alright. We'll work with it. Alrighty, and then I need to do...
Well, I mean, Zerio's going first either way, so.
Yeah, there's no escaping this fact.
It's a giant crocodile.
So, the crocodile, upon being blasted with your Eldritch Blast across the back, you see this singed little telltale of your magic singing along the scales of its back. It's quite pissed and looks towards you, roars, and begins to move. As it's flying toward you, Zerio leaps forward with his rapiers, lunging at the poor creature.
What a beast.
Hooray, stabbing things! And buries his
Wow.
rapier in the side of it.
Wow.
So he's going to take the other one. Do the same with the other rapier. So now he's just kind of like riding the back of it as it's swimming by and making its way toward you.
Ew, he's getting in the water. Ugh.
Well, you really didn't give him much choice, did you?
I mean, I did. He could have just shot it with a bow or something.
I mean, he had the
This is a
rapiers
fair
ready to go.
point.
Right? Let me make sure I put this damage in here real quick for this poor creature.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage.
I mean, you already did damage to him with your Eldritch Blast since you met the AC. Sandor's Firebolt missed. And with that, what's your dexterity, Sinistra?
Extremely high.
Extremely
Not
high.
high
So-
enough.
So
But-
high,
but
he's
Not
gonna make
higher
it.
than the crocodile. As it comes dashing at you, swiftly swimming up the stream. I'm pretty sure a 27 is going to hit you.
Yeah. I'll just take my damage now.
I'll just take my damage now, please. As it dashes up to where you're floating, leaps out of the water, and snaps onto your ankle, trying to drag
Ow.
you down into the water with it. You are going to take 16 points of piercing damage, and you are
Ow.
now grappled by this creature.
What an asshole.
As it pulls you down into the water, it's going to attempt to whip you down to the side of the concrete. I need you to make a strength check.
Strength check, huh?
Yep.
Right. Well, here's nothing.
Well,
Ow.
thankfully, it rolled pretty low. Even with its +4 modifier, and you managed to meet the condition. You matched
Wow,
it.
what a bitch to your crocodile.
Yeah, he rolled a 4. So he grabs your ankle, rips you down to the water, and begins to spin. You sense the coming impact with the side of the stone walkway that divides this sewer corridor here, and force the air up that's surrounding you to push against it, cushioning the blow, and you just kind of like gently brush against it as it rips you down into the water. You are still counted as being restrained.
Mhm.
Bum. And then it's going to use the remainder of its movement to pull you under the water.
Perfect. Where none of the water can touch me because the wind is keeping it away.
The wind is keeping it away. As you try to force and fight your enemy, you are suddenly submerged in the dank, putrid sewage.
Perfect.
With that, that ends the crocodile's turn. It is now yours.
All right. All right. Well, in my sheer panic, um, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shadow of Moil.
Shadow of Moil.
Yeah. So now I just appear to just become like a dark blob in the water, and it's like even worse because I'm underwater now. And
All right.
now what?
So you're
Now I gotta
using your
do.
action to cast Shadow of Water.
Yeah.
It won't do any
And
damage until it makes another attack against you, and you are still restrained.
yeah, that's fine because it's gonna make another attack.
All right. With that, it is now your turn, Sandor.
Can I see the crocodile at all?
No, you saw it pull Sinestro under the water and just plunk, submerging. You see bubbles, bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, and it got a lot darker.
And there's now like a 10-foot or so sphere of just pitch black, inky darkness under the water.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to where I think the crocodile is, or where I saw Duma try to drag him down, and I'm gonna play.
And you're gonna what?
Hmm?
Would you say you were gonna do?
It's going in.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You're diving in the water. I like it. You gonna attempt to strike it now?
Yes,
All right. You're gonna roll a disadvantage.
that's my first one.
Did you roll twice there? Holy shit.
You said I had disadvantage, so I'd roll twice.
Yeah, but you got 22 for both of them.
Yeah. Well, so the second one is actually the one that you would take. Is it not?
Technically, it would be the first one because it was the first one that went through.
Oh, okay.
Well, either way, it's going to hit. Are you using your booming blade then? Is that what you're doing?
That's booming blade, and because I have war magic now, I can hit it again with a regular melee.
Okay, but you're using booming blade, is what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder damage.
Underwater, so it's not gonna do anything.
It's
Well, here's
reverberates. All right. Well, the 15 would hit, and since disadvantage, you have to take the lower of the two. So they are both going to hit. So you dive into the water, you swim through, you manage to think, hey, well, the dark shit probably hit it, and you swing at it with bring forth your blade, your sword, coating it in the thunderous energy of the booming blade, and you feel it reverberate and bounce off the scales. It sinks in slightly and slips between some of them, but as it wiggles and moves, your blade gets bounded back, and in a bit of frustration, you swing back at it again, trying to jab out between the scales. You feel it thrash in rage and pain. And that is going to be the end of your turn then?
Yep.
Okay, back to Zerio's turn. He looks down at the water. The two of you guys down in there. Sighs to himself. muses over what he can and can't do. Thinks they got it. Fuck it. He just sits down and waits for you guys to come to the surface.
What a fucking asshole.
With that, it is now the crocodile's turn again. As you are currently restrained, it automatically gets a hit on you because you are
Mhm.
restrained.
Yep.
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 It's going to sink its teeth into you again.
Perfect. Take the damage, bitch.
Take the damage, bitch. You are going to take a total of 28 piercing damage as its teeth sink deeper into your leg and it begins to tear and pull at you. It does take 7 necrotic damage from your attack.
Ass.
It grits its teeth and sinks them a little deeper and twists and yanks and pulls at you more. It's going to take a second bite attack at you.
Oh god.
You're going to take another 24 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm dead.
Roll another 2d8 for your necrotic damage.
Die, motherfucker.
So as it sinks its teeth into you, the necrotic damage surges through its body, and there's a gout of blood that just darkens the water. Sandor, you suddenly feel a slight taste of iron in your mouth, and the crocodile's corpse goes boop, bobs up to the top of the water, as does Sinestra.
I get out of the water and I take Sinister's body with.
I mean, I'm not dead. I've got some HP, but I am definitely not having a good day.
Oh, so you do have some health left?
Yeah, one more of those, and I would have been like more than dead. Like I would have,
Well,
it would have double damaged. Oh,
as you come out of the water, the giant crocodile's corpse begins to slowly turn sideways and float up to the surface. Then it clogs the riverway or the sewage passage there. And water just begins to back up and gather against the body.
I'm fucking leaving it there.
Zurio looks at the two of you and goes, "So how'd it go?"
I'm just gonna lay down in the air. Say swimmingly.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of go in a corner and start gagging.
You need a bit of help there, or you got a potion or something to patch yourself up?
I am just gonna deal with it.
Uh-huh.
Sergio, which way are we going?
He helps you to your feet. As he does so, you feel the healing energy surge through your body. You recover 10 hit points.
Wonderful. Back to being in one-shot territory. I still have less health than if I would have got bit again. I'd still be dead.
No. You have healing potions or something on you, don't you?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull out one of my healing potions.
So I remember you stealing a bunch of them from the tower.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one of the regular potions of healing, and I'm just gonna administer it to my leg.
You just gonna pour it on your leg?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's what it says to do. Not feeling great. I'm gonna take another one out and do it again.
Damn.
All right, I'm just.
I mean, you got a lot of the fucking things. You might as well use
No,
them.
I don't have that many.
You had 12 of the regular healing potions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, so as she's sitting there nursing his wounds, Sandor, you see and just look out potions and everything and just pour them gingerly over the bite marks in his leg. The holes where the fangs sunk into your flesh begin to slowly close and knit themselves back together. It's an odd feeling, almost like that pins and needles tingly feeling you get when you sit on your leg for a little too long. And it's it's a little confusing. So you almost have that feeling of like when the fang first sunk into your leg, but like, as it's retracting, the wound is closing back out behind it. It's a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna then once we start moving along, I'm gonna pull out another one, and just down it.
okay, there you go.
I'm still not even at half health.
So
Ooh.
you guys begin to gather your things and look around. Surya walks over there and just starts kicking at the giant crocodile until it like gets unstuck.
Why
Probably should
wouldn't you just leave it there?
probably should be a little more careful. And it floats maybe 10 feet or so down, and then it gets curls up and gets stuck again. Whatever.
Is that where we're going?
Well, we knew we needed to come this way. As you guys looked your way around the area here, there was a bit of water splashing around from the fight with this giant crocodile. I need you guys to make a perception check.
This fucking crocodile is gonna die.
I mean, it died.
Nope, not yet. It hasn't. I'm gonna go over to where its mouth is. That's my perception check. The
That is
19.
mine.
I'm gonna go over to where its mouth is, open its mouth, and I'm going to shoot 4 Eldritch Blasts in there.
Okay.
Fucking die.
So you go over to this corpse and you drag it over so its head's facing you and pry the dead jaw open and just put your hand in there and just after by the end of the third cast, the top jaw has dislocated and you are now holding the upper half of this giant crocodile's head in your hand. You blast it one last time just to make sure it stays, and the lower jaw and the remaining of its head just kind of gets detached and begins floating separately down the waterway.
Oh, I'm gonna take the lower jaw. That's
You're-
a souvenir.
You're holding the upper jaw in your hand right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm taking the upper jaw as a souvenir.
All right, so you have the upper jaw of a giant crocodile. It is about 2.5 feet long, all said and done, from the tip of the snout back to where about the eyes begin. And it's fairly sturdy stuff. I mean, it's almost as strong, if not stronger than like a steel longsword. So you might be able to make something out of it or put it to use somewhere.
Perfect.
All right. So while he's doing that, Sandor, you walk up and begin investigating the area. You do find one of those yellow markers on the, excuse me, the right-hand tunnel. Part of it has been washed away by the, turbulent thrashing of the crocodile here, but there's enough there for you to make out like the upper half of the mark.
I think this way.
Okay. I'm just gonna float. I'm gonna have the upper part of the crocodile. I'm gonna lay it on my chest, and I'm gonna float like I'm laying down. And I'm just gonna follow them, like I'm just putting myself on a stretcher.
So you just nimbly jumps across the thing and begins to slowly follow. Sandor, I guess you're taking point here.
Yeah, I'll take point.
You better take point.
Sandor's taking point. By the way, this tunnel is 8 feet tall. That's the highest point. The walls themselves are curved in an arch. So while you are standing on that little pathway on the side, you get maybe up to 6 feet or so of headroom, and then another 2 feet or so of an arching curve toward the top center of the tunnel.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be. I want to be at like shoulder height.
Just floating
By the
down the
way,
center.
when I'm floating down the center.
All right, that's fine. So, guys, move your way, following. Are you moving at a slow and steady pace? Or you just kind of like rushing along.
I'm in between Zero and Sandor, and I'm just letting Sandor lead the way.
I'm going as fast as I can actually see. So if I can see a mark relatively quickly, that's how fast I'll go.
All right, so you're moving at a casual pace. You're not running and rushing around. It's like I said, it
Yeah.
is pitch dark down here, and the range of your vision goes to a maximum of 60 feet or so. Every now and then from behind you hear Zero call out, it's on your left or on your right kind of thing, as to pointing out when you come to when a tunnel's coming up, like well before you get to it. So before your vision, it comes into vision for you. He's warning like, hey, there's one coming up on your left, one coming up on your right.
Okay. Any marks?
All right, so you guys slowly make your way forward, maintaining your formation. You reach the next intersection up here. Looking off to the right, you don't see any marks either way. You make your way up again further, and you see off to the left across the waterway there is a tunnel that is continuing down that way.
This way?
Yes, it's over there where Black Star Street would be. Black Star Lane basically would be. There's a tunnel continuing that way.
I'm gonna fly over and see if I can see any marks.
All right, go ahead and make a check.
Perception, I guess.
Yes, indeedy. Total of 9.
I'm gonna look too.
Both of you guys looking. You don't see anything. No
Cool.
mark.
Onward.
Just a
Onward and upwards.
Sinestro, you see a bunch of rats just like skittering around back and forth down the tunnel.
I am going to hit one of them with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, you hit him with an Eldritch Blast. The rat goes poof, and turns into a pile of red paste.
And then I'm just gonna say, serves you right. Fuck this place.
In the water, you see a bit of a disturbance, and then something pop up, nip at where the rat was, and then sink back down again.
Fuck this place.
Okay, can we seriously get the hell out of the sewer now?
Go, go, go.
Serial hops across the way, and he's now continuing on the opposite side, just walking in tandem with Sandor.
I'm just gonna follow the both of them.
All right, so you guys get to the next
I'm
crossroad
actually
here.
gonna stay behind Zero.
You guys get to the next crossroad here. Taking a look around, just looking back and forth. You don't see any marks going either direction. Up on this corner here, you do catch what looks to have been the remnants of one of the marks. There are some footprints. in
So
the
right
ground.
here.
It's on the wall that continues north.
Is this where our carriage is? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that, what do you call it, was the one
Cook's-
bar that you guys were at, the yawning
Yeah.
portal.
I guess we'll keep going this way then.
All right, you guys continue to move your way north along the road here.
Do these idiots use this way every time they come down here?
It's a good question.
Yes.
The
That
place is a
the answer.
maze. Maybe they'll take different paths every time. It looks like someone was here and like cleaned the streets or the walls somewhere. So either they're cleaning it or some part of the city works is cleaning the walls here. As you
So-
guys begin to approach this intersection up here, there is a faint little spark or mote of light in the darkness that you see when you're about 70 feet or so off of the intersection. So before you reach it, Zuriel puts his hand out and stops you guys. There's a light up ahead.
I'm going into stealth mode.
Your stealth mode's not very stealthy. You're like playing with the crocodile skull on your chest as you're trying to be sort of like, I'm going to reach you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would be doing too. I'm gonna eat you.
That's not my forte, so if you're gonna scout ahead, by all means.
He nods and
Promptly falls into the water.
Says-
Just kidding.
wait here a moment while I look ahead. And he just kind of like crouches down, and as he crouches down and blends himself into the wall, he basically becomes invisible to you guys as you lose sight of him in the darkness.
Until he comes back, I'm gonna prop myself against a wall, staring at the water, prepared to shoot if I see anything.
I'm just gonna play with my action figure.
Play with your action figure.
My crocodile, giant croc action figure with real biting action.
With real biting action. So 5 or 10 minutes pass, And then, Sandor, you sense more than feel the presence of something standing next to you.
Hi, Zero.
Kind of like waves at you. There's three figures up here at the cross section. Two gnomes and a halfling. They've got hats with candles on them. Each one of them is holding a large push broom. It looks like they're trying to clean up the tunnels down here.
Ooh. I know this one. You know, take candle.
He sighs and shakes his head. They have a symbol of one of the, I'm assuming probably one of the guilds here in town.
What's that look like?
Looks like a broom pushing along a pathway on a little bronze medallion pinned to the
So
little
they're
right
the shit
lapel.
sweepers.
Probably.
Did I see these guys when I was walking them up on the surface?
Yes, you encountered these guys when you're up on the surface. You would know by the description of the medallion that these are likely members of the Dung Sweepers Guild that are in charge of maintaining and cleaning the streets and making sure the shit
was
doesn't
right.
back up the tunnels.
I was right. They're the shit sweepers.
Yeah, they're basically the shit.
They call themselves dung sweepers, but another word for dung is shit. They sweep shit. Isn't that right, Mr. Croc? Yes, that's right. I'm gonna bite you. Sorry.
Be concerned.
This little fucker, he deserves to have a legacy.
Anyway, they appear to be cleaning the walls of these tunnels as well as the pathways.
Shit.
There are no markings on any of the tunnels up in the vicinity of them. So we can either continue along and hope we find a mark, or ask them if they happen to have seen one while they were cleaning.
I say you ask them, Zero.
Yeah, that'll go over well. A dark elf comes up to you in the middle of dark tunnels under a city in pitch black and says, "Excuse me, can you point me in the direction of the underground hideout?"
To be
I mean,
fair, I think
that
would
would
be
probably
for us
work
all.
pretty well. Just, use your intimidation. You're a scary guy. They probably shit themselves and have to clean it back up.
Probably not as much if they saw you wearing that thing. I point to the crocodile head.
Oh my god. Should I do it? Okay. Alright. Fine. You got me. That's a good idea. I'm going to put the crocodile head on top of my head.
Oh.
And then I'm going to cast... Fuck. What was I going to do? I was going to cast Disguise Self. And disguise myself as one of like a halfling.
Do you have disguise self?
Yes, I do. At will.
Oh, that's right. You got the mask of many faces. Nice.
Yes, I do.
Very nice. All right, so you affix the crocodile head on top of yours. I'm going to need you to make a. I'm going to say this is going to be a deception check to see if you can affix this properly to your head.
With pleasure.
So your
It
attempt
should
to
be off skew, for sure.
affix the head to your head is essentially you taking it and just placing it on your head and
Mhm.
like trying to like move your head to see if it'll stay, and you do this 3 or 4 times and it just keeps falling off and landing on the stonework, landing on the stonework. The third time you try, it goes plunk and lands in the water and begins to slowly drift down.
I'm grabbing it. I'm floating over. I'm grabbing it immediately.
All right, you grab it,
Mine.
pick
I'm
it
gonna
back
try
up.
this again.
As you pull it up, there is a slight brown streak across the top head of it. Top of it.
Oh. I mean, I'm gonna. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna use my mage hand to wipe it off.
So you pick it up and you think, oh, that's gross. And just pull the arcane hand out and try to like slowly brush it off of there. And it's a little disturbing to see this transparent hand just like trying to sweep shit off the head of a crocodile as it itself becomes caked with shit.
And then I'm gonna put it out, put the mage hand out over the water and just let it go. So the shit falls on the ground.
So you sweep it off, then you take your mage hand, and hold it out over the water, and you just disperse it. And you're boom, 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 boom.
Now let's try this again. I've got some practice this time.
So this time you think it's probably not gonna stay on its own, and you put it on your head. You're holding it there in one hand, and the other hand you're like rummaging around your pockets trying to find some string or twine or something.
Hey, Zero, a little help.
He's like trying not to laugh. He's just watching. He goes, oh, you want some help?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The worst part is I have a hood, so I could like.
So he reaches into one of his pouches and pulls out like the end of a hemp rope, and as he does it, he reaches into that fancy razor and pulls a dagger that's like was hidden inside of it out of there, and just frays a bit of the rope off until he gets a few strands of twine. And says, "Now hold still, dearie," and begins to like tie it around your head.
Perfect. This is so perfect.
Oh,
right.
I'm gonna
Do we
have him.
succeed? It's getting better.
Oops, did I not roll? There it goes. Whoa, that ain't
Damn.
right.
That's a really good roll.
It's an amazing roll. All right, so he takes her with the help of the two of you. The two of you manage to fasten the crocodile head to your head.
Perfect. All right, now I'm gonna disguise myself as one of the halflings.
So you disguise yourself as a halfling. Are you keeping the appearance of the crocodile head strapped to your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Crocodile head's gonna stay on top, but I'm gonna keep like all the string and everything there too, so it looks like I actually suck at this, and I just like put this on, like a fucking idiot.
Okay. So you disguise yourself. You do look like a halfling, albeit a slightly out of proportion halfling because of your height and what you can arrange with disguise self spell. You can only make yourself about a foot or so shorter, so you're still about 2 feet taller than a halfling would be anyway.
I'm gonna also like crouch down.
All right, so you're crouching down
I'm
and
gonna be like all slunchy and shit. Like,
you're trying to make yourself look a little fatter with it, and basically you're trying to disguise the pudge of your belly, of the halfling's belly, with your knees as you're crouching down.
Yeah.
It looks a little awkward every now and then. Like the illusion itself gets ruined by you just your knees just jutting out of it. You think, with the darkness down here and the shadow, it'll probably be all right.
It'll be fine.
So as you
All right.
begin to slowly slink your way forward toward where the three of these individuals are,
By the way, the illusion's touching the ground, but I'm not fucking touching the ground.
Okay, so you have it making it look like the feet are touching the ground. It's off center because you are technically floating, and you're trying to project the illusion down to the ground. So every now and then, one of the your feet just sinks a little bit too deep into the ground.
Perfect.
Sergio goes, I gotta see this. Sandor,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
as he crouches down and begins to make himself one with the shadows, it's almost as if he becomes invisible. In fact, you don't see him anymore, as like he wills you not to see him. And he kind of fades away, and he just slowly slinks his way forward. Sandor, are you floating forward as well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a stealth check.
What is my step?
Can I? Dang it! No, I can't.
Perfect.
No,
Good.
I can. I'm gonna do light.
You're gonna cast light?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast light.
And then I'm just gonna put it into like to make it look like where it's coming from inside of the crocodile skull.
Alright. So you cast your light basically to the interior of the crocodile skull, so it's like jetting out of the edges of its decaying, slowly decaying eyes,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
little
Because
cracks in
I
it
had a
from the
half of my
necrotic
candle.
damage.
Yeah.
Alright. It looks like kind of like um one of those streetlights where the light just kind of like shoots down out of a hood. It's just casting this really awkward glare over your figure
Perfect.
itself. And there's little beams of light sticking out of cracks in the crocodile's head and where the eyes are sticking out.
Perfect. All right. All right. I'm going in. I'm going in.
So as you approach the corner, you hear a high-pitched voice go, "Holy shit, what's that?" And a semi-gruff voice goes, "What are you talking about?" Like, "Oh God!" And yeah, splash. Falls in the water. And the other one's friendly getting him out, and the feminine voice is like, who's there? And slowly draws this like rattling sword out of its sheath, and it's rattling. She's holding it in front of him with both hands. It looks like it's probably a short sword or a dagger, so you can't really tell in the light. And she's like, it's very nervous. The sword's shaking in her hands. She's just holding it in front of her, not really an attack, way or defensive action. She clearly has no skill with the weapon. She's just holding it vertically in front of herself, like, come no closer! I don't use this!
Just say, put that thing away. No one's gonna hurt you.
Oh, what? Who
And
are
then
you?
I'm gonna have like this weird crooked smile. It's like, I've just been trying to get out of here for 3 months.
The hell is wrong with you?
I had to fight a crocodile to live.
How are you alive? That thing's bigger than you are!
I don't know how. It got stuck somehow, and I've been eating it for the last 3 weeks. Tell me, there were yellow marks. I was trying to follow my way back, and I can't get out. Help! Where are the yellow marks?
I don't think you want to follow them. Roll the persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Yes. I don't think you want to follow. Why don't you just take this manhole here, and he points to the ladder, like to the left of him. That'll take you to the surface. We can get you cleaned up and proper meal.
But my dad told me to follow the yellow marks, and then I'd be safe.
Roll a performance check. Son, I don't mean to alarm you, but if you've been down here for 3 months, he's probably dead.
I'm just gonna turn pale white. The illusion is gonna turn pale white and look super shocked.
Do I hear any of this?
Oh yeah, you hear everything.
Do they notice that I'm here?
With your stealth check, no.
I'm going to yell in the dark, darkness, as loud as I. Boy, where are you?
I'm just gonna get super excited. He's not dead. That's him. He's looking for me. Where are the yellow marks? Wait, this is on a... He's helping me, so I can...
Technically, he didn't help you because he didn't roll anything inclining or encouraging you to find the yellow marks.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the same roll anyway.
So, it's the same roll. It doesn't matter. But he's... What the... How the hell is he alive? Are you alive, sir? We found your boy.
Oh, the yellow mark! Where's my boy?
Oh, the yellow mark! Fucking performance for the agent.
Okay. Well, he points just directly across the way to this corner here. So there was one on the wall over there. It's basically to your left because you're facing to the into the intersection. They're standing over here, across the way from
Uh-huh.
where you. So
So
to
he's,
your
it's
left,
going this
going
way.
east,
Oh, it's going this way.
the tunnel going east. He points there. There was one of those strange yellow marks there we scribbled off the wall about half an hour ago. At the end of that line, there was one on the right-hand wall as well.
So going down this way?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start waddling away.
As you waddle away, there's the feminine voice goes, "What a nice boy! Strange lad."
I'm gonna call out and go, I'm gonna beat you, boy, when you get back here.
After you say that, Zero stands up and goes, "I'm eating halfling tonight!" and starts running down the hall after you. The three of these here scream, go, "Oh my god, it's real!" and run. Two of them scramble up the ladder. The other one just goes running in the opposite direction.
I go, I'm running after him, go, that's my boy, and go right back at him.
Oh my god! I'm gonna run now that I've been like threatened to be beaten. I'm just gonna look back and like, oh shit! I gotta run, and so I'm just gonna book it.
So you guys basically run full speed down to the corner of the hallway here.
And then turn this way.
Oh man. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Before we continue any further, I need to go use the restroom, so why don't we take a 5-minute break real quick?
He laughed so hard he peed himself.
Go pee. I'll be right back.
BRB.
Oh. Hota.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. So I'm definitely staying a halfling with a crocodile on its head for as long as possible. It's like a fucking circus act.
Ruffle mouth.
Ruffle mouth. Ruffle mouth. Man, he really had to go.
Yeah.
Now we can talk shit about him so he can hear it in the recording later. Ruffle. So no one can know what has happened here today.
Alrighty. Everybody else back?
Hi.
Yep.
No, we're not back.
Oh my god, everybody's lost forever
Yep.
in the abyss.
I got myself stuck in a crack.
In the crack, huh?
Yep, in the crack.
In the crack.
In the crack of my ass.
That's quite a feat. So, you guys follow the directions and continue to heading south along the tunnel here. Are you keeping up your charade of the monster chasing
Oh.
you?
Oh hell yeah. This is hilarious. So just in case anybody else we run across any of the other dung poop sweepers, uh they'll be like, "Did you see those fucking crazies? Said they were living down in the sewers for 3 weeks."
Okay. So you're gonna maintain your illusion of this halfling and
Oh hell yeah. This is the most fucking hilarious thing.
okay. Sander, are you floating after him still?
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'm just gonna look back and say, "Please don't beat me, Dad."
Okay. So you guys continue your way, maintaining your little charade, walking down the tunnel here. As you move your way down, you see a pathway off to your right, heading west here. Looking at the tunnel, there appears to be no markings. There's nothing there telling you this or that going on. So you assume, okay, well, probably safe to keep going. And you continue to make your way further south until you see one more tunnel across the way here. One of you guys is gonna have to go and make your way across to look at it if you want to do that.
I'll look at it.
All right, so go over roll perception.
Let me find my perception.
I just love that they didn't even like bother questioning it. Like,
One.
I'm gonna have to look too, so I'm gonna float over while my while my halfling self wades through the shit.
So he was just staying on the opposite side, just watching you guys. What the fuck did I get myself into? Why am I even here? All right, as you come over to the side there, Sandor is like almost licking the wall, like really close, looking up, trying to see if there's any marks that you go over it. On the tunnelway that is leading further east here, you see the telltale sweeping signs of there's brush marks on the ground. Looks like someone just came through here and was sweeping here. And as you look on the wall to your left, there looks to be that someone scrubbed this part of the wall a little more intensely than the rest of the walls. It looks a little cleaner than the rest of the dirt along the side of the wall here.
Got it. I enjoy. I think it's this way.
Alrighty, and he just jumps across the waterway again, and he's keeping a healthy distance behind you guys at this point, just watching you do whatever the fuck you're doing. Oh man.
Ugh. Now what?
As you come just to another junction here, this pathway here is a little wider than the previous one. There is about a 2-foot wide walkway on either side, and across the breadth of this, it's maybe 15 feet wide of just sewage.
Gross.
A little further to your north, you guys can see just at the edge of your dark vision, there is a stone bridge that is crossing the waterway, and it looks to be heading toward another tunnel this way.
Well, let's go check that out.
Alright, you guys make your way around. 2 of you are floating. Zero is just kind of slowly, carefully.
I mean, I'm not even gonna bother going to the bridge. I'm just gonna float in a diagonal this way.
Zero slowly walking his way up to the bridge. As you reach there, there is one of the yellow markers on the corner here, and he's. What'd you drop?
The cat.
The cat dropped. All right. Anyway, there is a marker heading eastward.
Okay, we're going this way. Eastward.
Eastward.
I should have yelled, "You should take baths!"
Oh, man. All right, so you guys head east, and this pathway just continues along down to this little, what do you call it? There's a roundabout down here. As you reach it, it's just a large open pool. It looks like rainwater and the lake is just gathering here. It's maybe 30 feet or so across, and there are various tunnels going off. There's one going north, there's 2 of them that head east, and 3 of them that open up to the south.
Wow, wonderful. Well, Zero, you get to pick where we go. Which way you want to go?
Why don't you guys do your little floaty around looking for marks thing, huh?
I'll go to the north and look up here.
Fine. Then I'm gonna make the kid look like I just got told by an elder.
Make we're told to go to your room.
Sinestro, as you move toward the south, there is one tunnel. There are 3 here on the southern side of it. The central tunnel has that yellow marker along the wall.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna go this way.
Just gonna start going there. You're not informing anybody.
And I'm gonna go.
All right. Zero slowly makes his way around and starts following. Sandor, you gonna follow the rest of them?
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys continue your way along, you make your way forward, and you eventually come to a tunnel that opens heading westward. And You guys see your tokens?
I need to figure out where I am. Yes.
And there you are.
We made it.
You found it. Hooray!
And that's when I decided to.
The water here is maybe 6 inches or so deep,
Not for me, it ain't.
but you guys are floating up. The tunnel itself has a height of just under 6 feet, so it's like 5 feet 8 inches or so. So if you float above the water, you're gonna have to be like a little crouched floating there. Sander, I think
I'm
it's
gonna lay down and float that way.
Alright. Sander, you're what'd you put your height at? I don't think you ever did, huh?
I don't remember.
You're 4'9", so you're just under 5 feet. So if you were to like fly, you could still comfortably walk and not like bump your head against the ceiling.
I'll do that.
So you're just basically just above the surface of the water.
Yeah.
Zerio's mumblers, fucking fairies, they're fucking assholes and floating on the stupid fucking ground. As he's muddling and like slowly wading his way through the muck.
I'm just gonna lean over and say, "You want to fly too?"
You assholes are gonna pay for my cleaning bill.
Hey,
This
you didn't
tunnel
have
just
to come with
continues
us.
straight, by the way. You can't see that path off to the side there yet. It's kind of like
Okay.
I'm gonna do there like that, so you guys can't see that path yet. Anyway, so there you are, Sander. Are you gonna just mosey your way up?
Yep, I've kind of abandoned all sense of stealth right now. I'm kind of pissed. I want to kill something. I've been in this somewhat sewer system.
As you do that, Zerio is just like very slowly and quietly making his way forward.
I'm just waiting for. I'm just staying in between those two, but on the side of Zero, because I've already been bitten once.
All right,
So-
Sander, as you reach the main sewer tunnel expanding into the circular hub, there are a pair of arrow slits carved into the outer walls here. Directly across from each other, two passages continue to your north and south. There is a stone door set into the ledge here.
I'm gonna kick it down. Fuck this place.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check.
So just regular strength +5.
Easy enough. You just get yourself steady and just go, boom, unfortunately kick straight out against the door, and there's a solid, and after a couple of seconds, the door just kind of falls in upon itself. As you do so, you hear the chittering of the chittering of some sort of like Russian brackish language. And then you feel something is going to shoot out at you from the arrow slit directly north of you. And you feel a pink, and then as an arrow embeds itself into your shoulder between the plates of your armor. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
I growl and keep moving. I'm gonna see if this door's unlocked though.
Sinestra, from where you are standing, you hear something going, and then as an arrow ricochets off the stone column in the center of this little roundabout.
This is right here. All right, I know where this arrow's coming from. Right here, the little arrow slit. You know what happens when people shoot arrows through arrow slits? They get blighted.
You're gonna cast Blight?
Yeah, I'm gonna look right through the arrow slit, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm done with these fuckers. And I'm gonna just eat fucking blight.
I think it only affects one target at a time, right?
I know.
Alright, I'm just making sure I've got it hit right.
Oh.
So, as you point toward it, you mutter your incantation, reach your hand out, and you hear. And
And then I just say, who's next?
something slumps against the wall with a heavy thud, and you hear something else go and skitter off.
Fuck them.
Well, that's one way to get out of here. I'm going to, I guess I'm going to follow this guy.
Is this door open?
It's not currently open. Are you going to try the handle?
Can I
or are you
open
gonna
it? I'm gonna try the handle this time.
You reach easy enough. You reach out and grab the handle and turn it. The door just kind of slides open. It's made of like rotting
You son of a bitches!
wood.
There you fuckers are!
Jesus fuck! What are you casting?
Burn.
I'm scorching ray.
Oh.
They turn, they see you, and they go. "Ah!" And every one of them, all three of them, or sorry, the two of them fall and hit the deck, and your scorcher rays go and just blasts against the wall harmlessly. With that, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and roll initiative again.
Mm-hmm. So I actually got a 21.
I got a 4.
Just, yeah. Apparently, you have to actually like click on your character to do
That's fine.
the roly.
I'll fix it for you. Alrighty, so Sandor, these two goblins get up and come charging at you. As he does, he pulls a rusted and gnarled-looking scimitar from his belt and just swings wildly at you and goes, "You die!" And he just swings at you. The weapon skirts off your shoulder plate and goes pink against the wall.
Hmm.
He goes, "You die!" This one here
I'm going to burn you alive.
comes running at you and goes, "Yeah, you die!" And he just picks up a club off the ground as he's running by. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to hit. And you're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as the club goes poof, and just like bounces off the side of your head.
He's going to burn first.
Zerio, hearing comment, comes, dashes up the hall a bit. See there. You see that guy there right in front of you, lunges out with his sword. Using his frozen rapiers. Let's see. So he dashes out, throws his sword out, and it hits the goblin like right in the eye. And he goes, "Ah!" And he brings his hands up to try and push it away. And as he does, his hands go and fall limp. And he slowly slides off the end of the blade and just flat on the ground. Let's see here. With that one, then he says, "You want to burn the other one?"
He's mine.
Fair enough. He walks around you, and that's the end of his movement. Boom. I'm going to fix that. Click that. There we go. Sinestro, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker right here.
He's already dead.
No, there were two in there.
The other one. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Do what you're gonna do. You
Oh,
heard him
is he
skip-
already dead?
You heard one die, and the other one scream, "Oh shit!" And you heard footsteps just scurrying, running.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just gonna fucking. I'm looking for them now. Ooh,
Are you gonna
who
make
dis?
you gonna use your perception roll or something? All right, so you run down the end of the tunnel there. Is that what you're doing?
I mean, I don't know where. They went this way, yeah.
Yeah, you saw them going that way. You saw Sandor head that way.
All right. Anything in here? No. I think that's as far as I can go.
Yeah, that's
Oh, there's a man's there.
to your left. You see a messy room. It's just full of like refuse and garbage. There's threadbare clothing littering the floor in the area. You think it probably serves as some kind of coat room or armory, but it's just like
Yeah.
rusted weapons and threadbare clothing, some tattered, torn armor.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna dash and try to fly. Are these both dead?
This one here is dead on the ground.
That
The
one's
other
dead.
one,
I'm gonna fly by. Oh, hey, look. It's our arrow slits.
yep, that is the arrow slit room that the creatures were shooting at you from.
I can float through the walls. Sorry.
All right, so
Nah,
you
you know
use
what?
your dash action in the room.
Yeah, I use my dash action, and seeing Sandor just eyeing this fucking thing down, I'm just gonna say, you know what? Nothing I can do to that thing will be worse than what Sandor's about to do.
So you're gonna end your turn.
Yep.
Okay. This goblin here, he gets another attack at Sandor. Seeing everybody around him, the other two guys entering the room, he looks at both of you guys, looks at Sandor with murder in his eyes. He goes, "Oh shit!" and drops the club, and he's going to use his action to disengage and fucking run.
Run. I will catch you, you son of a bitch.
With that, let's see here. He used an action to disengage. Oh, he can bonus action that. Cool.
I like how I just blighted like the most like low level monster.
Yeah, you totally did. Um, with that, it is now your turn, Sandor.
Be free, Sandor. Enjoy. I'm staying in this room.
It's as far as you can get. You can use your action to move if you want.
I'll use it to move further. There you are, you little fucker.
So as you enter this area, the room contains 6 tattered straw stuffed mattresses. Just with a quick glance around, you think there's probably nothing of value in here that's gonna bother you, but you do see the goblin standing on that mattress, attempting to like hold it up to cover himself. You no see me, and he's just holding it in front of himself. All right, that's your turn. This guy is going down here, and he's gonna do some things that you don't know. Back to Zerio's turn. He's gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 30 feet movement.
I keep forgetting the how you do the arrow.
It's off to the side. There's a little icon that looks like it's a circle with a line sticking out to the upper right corner of it.
Got it.
That's his movement there. He's going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, and he's going to come and stand next to you, Sandor. Okay, Sinestro, it's your turn.
Okay, so one of these blocks is 5 feet. Bloop. Fuck this, I'm dashing. Wow. You guys move quick.
Yeah, they both use their dash action to get there.
Well, I'm still a fucking halfling.
You're still maintaining the solution?
I am maintaining it as long as it goes, which is 1 hour. So
It
like, I
would have
think it's
faded before you.
probably.
Yeah, it would have faded before you even reached these sewers. Then.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
we're
weren't
faded.
recasting it, then it would have faded.
Fade. Uh, I'm gonna use my mage hand, and I'm gonna try to like blindly feel out where the guy is.
Wait a second. You used your action and a dash action to get this far.
Oh no, then we're good. Yeah, then.
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
Then. Yeah. All right.
Can't do it. No.
So with that, this goblin down here, seeing you guys approach, goes, "You see me?" You hear the door go clink, and then slam shut again, and he just scooters into the room over here. And goes, they hear, they see me. And that's the end of his turn.
Wow.
Sander, it's your turn.
I'm opening the door.
All right, as you move forward, you basically bum rush through the door. As you step into this room, you see there are two Duergar dwarves, and they are fighting like to push and try and board up this door here in the back corner. And there is a bandit here, a humanoid-looking figure dressed as a bandit, I should say. Um, he's attempting to explain to these two Drugar that it's not going to matter. Look, guys, it's going to get out either way. Just let's get the fuck out of here. Come on. They're coming. Look, he said that. And he points toward the goblin, and he's just like, he's skittering in the corner, like leaning up against this door here, almost pissing himself in fear. They're here.
I look to the goblin and say, "You will be last."
It swallows heavily.
And I attack the guys in the up here, putting all three on this bandit.
All three on the bandit? Alright, two of them hit. The 12 and the 13, or the 12 and, yeah, the 12 and 13 both hit him. He turns to you and goes, "Get up!" And as he's saying that, your scorching rays go and slam into his chest. The second one burning a nice little neat hole where his heart was. And he goes, it just slumps to the ground, dead.
Wow. Rough day for that guy.
Next. This guy needs to have initiative, and this guy needs initiative. Since you
Damn.
murdered the other asshole.
They initiative's crazy.
With that, that guy does that. This guy is complaining and skittering and yelling. Zerio's turn. 1, 2. He stands in the doorway, seeing the two Drugar and the little goblin there. He turns to the Duergar and, speaking in a language you don't understand, he yells. He turns to them and yells something you don't understand. I'm just going to say that because you don't speak his language. He's going to do. They both seem a little pissed off at him. And that's about it.
Okay then.
Sinestro, it's your turn.
Okay.
Each Each
I
of the
got nothing.
squares is basically 5 feet, so.
So I'm like right here.
I mean, you can move diagonally across. You don't have to go straight lines, but they are each
yeah,
5
I
feet.
was. So alright, this is what 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm there.
So from where you're at, you would be able to see through this door and this one goblin over here that's just like leaned up against the wall. It's fucking scared shitless.
Oh, wonderful! I'm going to do a thing called Arms of Hadar.
Okay.
And uh wait, no, I don't want to do Arms of Hadar.
I was about to say. We're gonna
I
do some saving throws here.
Zerial would not like that. Actually, I am going to use Fey Presence on this guy.
Fey presence?
Yep. And I'm gonna say, oh, it's okay, little guy. Come on over here. I'll keep you safe.
Okay. Cause each creature in a tent. Okay, let's see what we can do here.
So whatever is here. I don't see anything, but
Okay, so he goes, you keep me safe?
so he failed his DC roll.
Yes, he failed his DC roll. With that ends your turn. This goblin is going to slowly walk his way. He's going to try and get to you, but everyone is in his way. He goes, excuse me, me get past, me go friend.
I look at him with eyes of fury, but I have a strange idea that I have a feeling that it's probably what's behind me, so I just let him.
Okay. So he passes by you. He passes by Zerio. As he goes to pass by Zerio, he's going to take an opportunity attack against it. Nope.
He misses.
He misses.
And as he misses, I'll say, "See, I'll keep you safe. They can't hurt you."
So that ends him.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
As he does that, this dwarf comes down your way, muscles his way past you, and goes to stand between the two of you as well, making his way towards Sandor.
Who's he attacking?
He's not attacking anybody.
He's not attacking.
He's trying
He
to
got
move
charmed.
towards Sandor. Or not, sorry, he's trying to move towards Sinestra. Past Sandor, towards Sinestra. Jill looks completely confused. Like, the fuck is going on here? Let's see. As that dwarf was walking by, the other dwarf is going to. No, he doesn't know anything's going on. This guy is going to run up to you, Sandor. And that guy's move. And he's going to attack you. As he runs at you, he's going to pull out a war pick. And swing down at you. He goes to swing at you, and because of the confusion of how close you are, he ends up hitting the other Drugar that is like standing next to you, basically. And that guy is going to take 10 points of piercing damage, the poor bastard. Alrighty, and with that, that is. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be his turn. Sandor, it's not your turn.
All right, seeing a window of opportunity here, I'm going to focus my attention instead of the guy who tried to attack me and fail on his.
No, he's mine.
No, the dwarf front. I don't care about your goblin right now.
What are you
They're
casting?
both mine.
Huh?
What are you
I'm
casting?
using my short sword.
Okay, so you're just attacking twice with it?
Yeah.
Alright, as you go to swing at him, both hits go wide. One of them goes and just kind of like deflects off the scale mail armor. And the other one, as you break your sword, you go to swing at it, he turns to look at you like, what are you asking? What the hell are you about? And as he turns, the weapon just goes wide and misses him, scratching against the wall.
Still coming like back. Come on, come on.
With that, Sirio's turn. He's like, what the fuck? Too close! He's going to attack. First, he's going to attack at the goblin. It's going to hit the goblin.
What the fuck? Ziri always ruins everything.
Takes a sword and just like whips it out and jabs the rapier forward, lunging it forward into the back of the goblin. He goes, why? You said no. He looks at you with like tears in his eyes, whimpering as blood begins to run down his back, and the little piercing of an icicle blade sticking out the front of his chest, and blood's like running down it. Zero viciously yanks the blade out. He goes, ah! He stumbles forward, like catching onto your robes, clinging, like using you to hold himself up. He turns to the Drugar.
And we're gonna say, oh, I know. We'll get you out of here.
Let's see here. Am I remembering this right? I gotta double check. Yes, indeed. That counts as a critical strike for him. How much health do these things have? Yeah, he's dead. It pulls the blade out and lunges it forward right into the throat of the Drugar and goes,
This guy is okay.
This guy here is dead.
Cool.
I think if I do, yeah, there, I can do that. Perfect. That looks better. That guy dead. Let me click this one here. Make sure put the mark on it too. With that ends his turn. Sinestra, it's now your turn. You have a weeping, bloodied goblin clinging to your robes.
Yeah. About that. I'm going to slowly come about to here. I'm going to say, come on, you can do it, little buddy.
As you begin, he's like kind of like dragging himself with you.
Yep. And that's when I let him have it. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm not. Okay, we're good. We're safe. Yeah. So I'll make sure it doesn't hurt anymore. And then I cast. I use Arms of Hadar. Yeah.
Is it the spell for you or one of your
It's a cantrip, or it's one of my mage initiate or magic initiate.
Oh. So he's got to make a strength saving throw.
Yep.
Which he fails.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes 2d6 necrotic damage, which is 6 necrotic damage. So as he's coming at you, clinging to you, like he looks almost happy, like I'm gonna live. And then the shadowy, dark tendrils of Hadar begin seeping out of the cracks and shadows of the stone tiles, wrapping around his legs and tugging him down. You hear a sickening crunch of bone as it just yanks the leg down against the stone. He screams in agony, grabs his throat and rips him in half. There's 2 parts of the body fall throughout.
See, I told you would leave here. I just didn't say how.
And with that poor fucker is dead.
I just had to use that once. That's probably the most gruesome way I could think of anyone ever dying.
That's the end of your turn. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. This goblin, this little guy, seeing his buddy die and the goblin being viciously rent in two, um, yells in rage. He goes, and he does, his body enlarges in size, and he casts enlarge on himself.
Wow. How original.
He then Sandor is the only one in front of him. Swings his war pick down at Sandor, which even with his added attack bonus is going to miss. And there's a big as the pick digs itself into the stone tile about 6 inches immediately to your right, Sandor.
That's it.
Jerks it free, swings at you again, and the same spot where the pick is going digging into the ground. Now you can see some dirt and a little bit of mud seeping up under the tiles.
Are you trying to dig your grave?
You'll die here! And that's the end of his turn. It's now your turn, Sandor.
What to do, what to do, what to do. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him. I'm using my short sword.
Alright, well, they're both going to hit. He's bloodied. He's looking fucked up, but he's not dead yet. He's like on his last leg. He's coughing up blood as your sword slips between the links of his scale and armor in rapid succession. He coughs up blood and leans on the end of his pick and rights himself and just growls at you. With that,
Don't worry, I'll put you in that hole.
let's see here. And then
If
with
you could
that,
fit him in that hole, that'd be great.
the doorway on the opposite end across from you opens, and the goblin peeks out and goes, "Oh shit!" and turns and runs. Let's see here. Zirio's turn. He slips by you, Sandor, and pats you on the shoulder and goes, "I think you got this one." He's going to
The goblin's all yours then.
walk by, use his action as disengage so that he can slip through here, and that will be the end of his turn. Sinestra, it's your turn.
Herpa-doo, herpa-dur, herpa-doo-doo-doo. I am going to come on here. Gonna finger gun this booch.
Well, the first one misses. The second one hits. You blast him with your finger gun. He stumbles back and falls into the wall over here. Goes, fuck you. And as he does, he reaches back and knocks loose some boards that were clinging against this wall over here. He dies, shrinking back down to his normal size as he dies. His final action, destroying remnants of the barricade that were here. And you feel
Wonderful.
you see something sickening black ooze out and just kind of like creep over the body of this bandit and begin to rapidly decay it.
Yep. Where did Zirio go?
Oh shit!
That way.
Where did Zirio go again?
This way.
Yeah. Well, let's go that way.
Let's see here.
Like as quick as possible.
I already said it's using its turn to do that. So Sandor, it is now your turn.
What can I do?
Follow Zirio. I'll deal with this.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Enjoy.
And I'll end my turn right here.
Alrighty. That ends your turn. Skirting of footsteps, you see the goblin dash down the hallway, and he's yelling something that you don't understand.
Or probably don't care to understand either.
Probably don't.
I am royally fucked with this thing, but I have a plan.
Serial moves forward to follow it. That creature, the goblin. We'll leave him there. That brings
What
us
is?
to. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, what is with you trying to kill me with slimes?
Just how it works out. The slime moves from this thing and moves over to the Drugar and begins to rapidly decay at the body. That's going
Perfect.
to be the end of its turn. It is now your turn.
Okay. I'm picking this guy up, and I'm gonna toss him over here.
Okay, roll it. Make a strength check.
Wow.
That was impressive.
Uh, uh, how does that even? How does that even?
Did you have a space stored in there or something?
It'll roll it even if you use space.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever.
You pick the body up and spin to hurl it, and it goes and like bounces across the slime and then skids to a hole in the corner.
Perfect. I am then going to fucking book it this way.
You're going backwards.
I want to stay like here and just watch it to see if it goes to the other body. But then if it, you know what? What I'm gonna do is as soon as I throw it, I'm gonna say, Sandor, get the fuck out of here, and I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm just gonna go over here.
All right. Sandor, it's your turn.
I'm gonna take that advice and move the fuck down this way.
Okay.
Because I know what that is, and we're not killing it. We're all dead.
There you go.
All right. So as you
Oh.
come into the room, threadbare curtains hang on the eastern wall of a long hall, in the middle of which is a masculine half-work and dingy stained robe, standing on the foot of the chest of a human male who with wavy blonde reddish hair. The fire burns around the orc's clenched fist, and the victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. Uh, Down at the southern end of the hall, on a raised platform, sits an empty chair.
Wonderful. So does the orc have the guy in his hands, or is he just torture?
I'm going to wait for that. Sorry, say that again, Mega?
So is he just torturing the guy, or does he have him in his hands?
He's on the ground, his foot is on the man's chest, and his hands are both wreathed in flames. He's looking down at him with this like sinister grin, like I'm not done fucking with you yet. The man that is pinned to the ground matches the description almost perfectly of the individual you were looking for.
Wonderful. What can I do to fuck with this? You know
You
what?
did just see fire, so
But it hasn't burned anybody. I don't think I can move any farther, so I'm gonna cast Firebolt at that.
Bum bum ba-dum, bum bum. Yeah, your firebolt's gonna hit him. He takes 14 points of fire damage. He goes, and he steps heavy on the chest of Flynn, like kicks him aside, so he goes skidding and hits the wall. Winces in pain as he hits the wall. I'll add that guy to the initiative order.
And then I kind of must say to Zero, don't go back that way.
Why not?
I'm not sure. Giant ooze.
Oh, sound advice. With that, your turn ends. This goblin here, seeing the half-orc staying next to him, and thinking his defenses are bullshit, comes charging at you, Sandor, and goes, "You die now! You gonna die!" And swings his rotten club at you, and it actually hits. Holy shit! You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and it goes against the chest of your armor, reverberating thud through your body.
I'm going to feed you to that dead orc.
What? Zirio grins down at the goblin and goes, "You heard the man. Snack time." Jones his rapier with a flick of his wrist against the throat of the goblin, and he goes and slumps down to the ground, quite dead. Key off the initiative order. Let's see. Zirio is then going to walk forward to the half-orc here. Mr. Tough Guy, huh? How tough are you really? And lunge forward with his rapier, burning it through the chest of his half-orc, straight through his heart. He goes, looks down and "You're gonna die with the rest of them." Spits blood on his face. He should be dead, but he has a neat little racial ability that prevents that. Zirio rips the blade free. The half-orc slumps forward and looks up at him and just grunts through his teeth. It's going to be the end of his turn. The ooze is going to move over and begin eating a different body. Sinestro, it's now your turn. The ooze has not pursued you. You did hear the telltale sign of its like wiggling mass crawling and sliding slimely against the ground.
I'm gonna, after I get to this point, I realize that probably just going after bodies, and so I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna grab this one,
Okay.
right, and I'm gonna toss it up against the wall here.
Easy enough. It's a goblin. He's not very heavy. Just throw the body in there.
Yeah, and then I'm going to wait back here.
All right. That.
Let's see what happens. I'm really. Oh no.
Let's see here. Yeah, sure. This is all you have right now, buddy. Sorry. The half-orc grunts and groans and turns to Zirio. The flames wreathing his hands, and he throws his hands forward, unleashing the burning hand spell in his face. This is a dex save.
For me and Zero?
No, Zirio's the only one close enough.
Okay.
Well, good thing it's a dex save. Zerio's gonna make it easy.
Yeah, he sees it coming at him and just like sidesteps aside. Looks at him like, really?
That dude is the most dexterous thing in all of existence. Like, he could probably be a trapeze artist in free fall. And
He tries to slowly back away, and as he does, he gets an opportunity of attack against Zero, who just takes his rapier and flicks it up at his throat, and thinking he managed to get away, "You missed!" And a spurt of blood gushes out of his throat, and he slumps to the ground, quite dead. Sandor, it's now your turn. As it stands now, yeah, you're still in combat because the slime is up right in the room. So yeah, it's your turn, Sandor.
I'm gonna go over here. And is this guy tied up or?
No, he's just battered and bruised. He looks like he's like an inch away from death. There's cut marks, scrapes, and burns across his body.
This is fucking Discord. Yo, baby, you ever have your asshole licked
Well,
by a
I
fat
don't
man
really
in an
have.
overcoat?
I don't really have anything that can help him out, so.
Oh. What do you mean?
The,
Are you trying to help?
The dude down here, I don't have any healing spells, and I don't have anything on me that would be able to heal him, so. Kind of go over here and kind of put myself against the wall and say there's still a news back there, and I think Sinestro can't get up.
It is. So we have to deal with that then, huh? Let's see. I guess you're gonna spend your turn doing that then.
I'm gonna start dragging this body right here over here.
So you're gonna take your action and just drag him.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag the body.
All right, you can get it. I'm gonna say this far with your strength, and then what's left of your movement.
Okay.
Let's see, with that, just walks over to inspect the man against the wall. If you're gonna move me, you might as well, I don't know, rifle through the dead man's pockets or something. That seems to be our MO anymore. He reaches out to Floon, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on him. Where's my button at for that? Let's see here, click that. Floon seems absolutely ecstatic to feel just a little bit better as his wounds begin to close.
Come on, Ooze. Let's go. I'll fuck you up.
With that, Zero just helps him up to his feet. Can you fight? He goes, yeah, but I think we should just get the fuck out of here. With that, Zero hands him one of his rapiers, and with a flick of his wrist, conjures another one out of the bracer. Sando, this is the first time you've seen this happen, where he's been given away one of the weapons he's conjured.
I just kind of shrugged.
Let's see. With that, it is now. Why the hell double click? Anyway, it's the user's turn. It slowly slinks forward and begins to devour the corpse of the goblin. Sinister, it is now your turn.
Okay. I am gonna see this. And God, that's disgusting. It's eating its dick first. Dear God.
All up in that dick.
All up in my dick.
Rigor mortis sets forth in strange ways in goblins.
Okay. So I am going to cast Investiture of Wind where the goblin is, or where the slime is.
It's a spell.
Or I'm gonna cast it on myself, and then use my Never mind. Fucking A. All right. I don't want to do Investiture of Wind. All right. You know what? Fuck this. Cloud of Daggers. I'm just kidding. I can't actually. I don't think.
Did you spend all your spell slots? You don't think you have it memorized anymore, do you?
No.
You do have it still.
I do have it.
But you spent all your spell slots.
I just spent all my spell slots.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Alright, I'll just blast. Tried and true. Trusty good method.
You're gonna blast the use?
Oh. Hell yeah.
Okay, well, both hit. There's a sickly splash as the Eldritch Blast rips through the body of the creature and hits the sidewall. The wounds, though it appears to have done some damage, it just slowly closes up again,
That's when I fucking book it. Where is right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm out.
GTFO.
I'm out. Deuces, bitches. And then I'm gonna yell as loud as I can. Don't come back. To
No one's going to
Zero.
hear you.
No.
You are way at where you are now. These steps go down, so you're about
Okay.
you're underneath
Okay.
basically of where they're at. So you're
Alright,
like
well.
10 feet down under them, and you are
Come
through a
on,
bunch
slime.
of stone passages.
Follow me, please. Slime, got a plan.
All right, with that, Sander, it's now your turn.
I'm not sure if I should go back and try and see if I'm gonna shoot at these or not. And with that, let's go up here.
Are you taking the body with you still, or are you leaving it behind?
I'm leaving the body there.
Okay.
Insurance.
Insurance, okay.
Can't move forward.
Let's see, you were from here, so you can move. That's the maximum movement.
All right. Now in my turn there.
All right. Let's see here. Zero is going to spend his time just talking to Floon, since none of you guys are near there to hear a conversation. There's no point in having a conversation with myself because no one will hear it anyway. With that, it's the user's turn again. Slowly begins sliding up this direction.
Thanks, Cat.
She's knocking shit over. It's your turn, Sinestro.
Okay. Got an idea. Now, I'm gonna cast Investiture of Wind on myself.
Okay. You've
Used
become
it.
wreathed in a gale force wind that makes your form seem almost translucent.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use half of my movement to kind of peek around the corner here.
You see nothing.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna come back in here. Where is it at?
You can't
The
see
fuck did
it
it
from
go?
where you're at. You do still have another 30 feet of movement, though. Because your movement speed is double while Investor Wind is active on you.
So I'm gonna peek around here.
And you see
Until
it in
it-
the doorway
oh,
heading
fuck.
down the hallway.
Oh fuck. Alright, well. Gonna whistle.
You're going to whistle. It
Try to see if
pays
I can
you
get it. Does
no
it have
mind.
ears? How much more movement do I have here?
Let's see, you were in that corner there. You have another 20 feet. So 4 blocks.
This way.
As you go into the room, the armor and the weapons that these people had been wielding beforehand is gone. There was a hole melted straight through the armor plating, and whatever organs or body parts that were there are just dissolved. The center cavity of this dwarf in front of you here is missing. All that's left is about like where his shoulder is, and maybe the top half of the head. Half the face is just gone. Bones dissolved. There's a puddle of like soupy goop on the ground around it.
Alright. Well, I mean, I'm here. Yeah.
All right,
That's
you got
it.
your turn there.
I can't do anything else. I don't think.
Okay. Let's see. Sandor, it's your turn.
Do I see it?
Yes, you see the edge of the wriggling mass of ooze as it's beginning to slowly
Fuck
slip.
that!
Burn the insect. It's like burning fucking spiders.
As you cast your fireball at the creature, the flames lick across the body and then sizzle out as the ooze just engulfs it.
I'm gonna start moving backward.
You moving your full distance?
Yes.
There you go.
It's coming!
that, Zero goes, "What's coming?"
Fuse, that's coming.
What the fuck did you guys do? Why? Oh. As he lets his hands relax to the side, the rapiers of ice just evaporate into the air around him. Little clouds appear and then briefly dissipate into the air around him. He briefly touches the gems on his wrist and draws forth the bow of storms again, and fucking do everything here, and slowly walks up to the end of the tunnel. With that, it's the end of his turn, and he is just slowly slithers. It's moving very slow, Celestra. Until it doesn't go very far, and it's your turn.
My turn. Okay, I'm gonna come in over here. And the only thing I can think of that worked for, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my action to hit this little bitch with like a lot of wind.
A lot of wind.
A lot of wind. It's gonna take 2d10 of damage if it fails a con save.
All right. He rolled a natural 20 for its con save.
That's fucking amazing.
So the wind whips up around it and picks it up, so it's like a ball of ooze in the air there, and
Oh wait, it
compresses
takes half the
and
damage.
squishes a bit, and see how much damage you do. That's gonna be enough. So as the ooze squishes in the air, and he goes, and just ooze just goes and sprays out in all directions, just coated the tunnel.
Jesus Christ, I thought this was a different kind of ooze, dude. Oh my god.
There are little blots of acid and melting pock marks in the wall, but the ooze itself is gone.
Oh, wonderful.
And with that, that ends the uses round, and I think that's going to be a good spot to end the game for tonight. Because we are getting close to 10 o'clock.
Wait, what happened to this? Where'd you guys go?
Oh, you
I went
can't
further
hear.
down the tunnel.
You can't see. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys want to investigate this room before we call it night, or try and loot this guy here before we forget about it or something?
I'm gonna make good on my word, and I'm gonna drag the goblin's body and start feeding it to the orc.
Is this room relatively safe?
All right, Sinestro, as you walk in, looking about the room, Floon is over here clinging desperately to one of the frozen rapiers that Zero had been wielding before.
I
Looking
gave Zirio a raised eyebrow. Like, oh shit.
looking at horror Sandor as he's trying to force the goblin down the throat of the corpse of the half-orc.
I will hit the goblin with Eldritch Blast to try to blast it into little pieces and say this might help.
So you take your hands and you level the goblin with a quick rapid succession of Eldritch Blast, and the head goes an explosion like a splatter of gore just coating the two of them in goblin brain matter. The arm flies off and goes and like hits the wall and slowly smears down it.
Oh my god, you're right.
Sandor joins in and point blank firebolts the body and instantly goes erupts in flames and begins to shrivel and char.
He probably likes it cooked. I go back to stuffing him full of more charred goblin meat.
Okay. You've successfully managed to shove parts of the goblin down the half-orc's gullet in the process of like ripping his jaw off and like breaking the jaw. It's like the throat itself is starting to tear as you're trying to shove shards of goblin bones down it.
I'm satisfied with my work.
It looks like, the fuck is wrong with you people? And he's like, now has the rapier held out like defensively pointed at you.
I'll just say, hey, we're crazy, but we're crazy. We're just crazy enough to help you out of here. But first, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna go into this room and close the door.
It's just a curtain for one.
Oh, I'm gonna close the curtain.
But as you slowly move your way in there, uh, it's like a bedroom. There is a bed, albeit used and somewhat old, on a bent and slightly warped frame. We think probably because it's the moisture of the environment that it's in, it probably got warped and messed up a little bit here and there by that. The mattress itself is like straw stuffed. It's not very comfortable, but it's not the worst you've slept on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna plop down on the bed, and I am gonna take the longest breaks.
As you do that, laying down on the bed, looking off to the south of the wall here, there are a pair of rusty manacles hanging on the wall and some bones just like in the manacles.
I'm naming him Tim and say, "What's up, Tim?"
The skeleton regards you with empty sockets.
I realize I still have the alligator head.
Yeah, you
tied
still
to
have
top
the
of my
alligator head.
And then I'm just gonna do like the alligator thing, where it just move its mouth and say, "Oh, hi, Tim. I'm dead too. Don't worry, things will get better."
All right, so
I'm gonna start a collection of dead bodies.
Sinestro is pantomiming the corpses talking to each other. Fluent is just horrified by the whole action, and he's somewhat odd that he's comforted by the presence of a dark elf. A little ironic to the rest of you. Zirio walks over and heals him with a second to cure wounds, and it appears to close up the remainder of his wounds. The bruises and burn marks on his flesh fade away. Anything you want to do, Sander, before we call it?
Nah, I'm gonna probably find a wall and just prop up against it and just take a break and just marvel at my work.
Zirio walks over and just rummages through the guy's pockets real quick. Pulls out a book and throws it in your direction, Sandor, and then just kind of moves down as like he's about to look into the rest of the room.
I'll start reading the book.
The book is a spell book.
I'll pocket that then.
And with that, I think we're going to call it there for the night. I'm going to do this for you real quick so that you have a list of the spells in the spell book. I'm just going to DM it to you, Mega.
Okay.
That way you have it, so whenever you want it, you can just, at your leisure. And with that, we will pick it up here next Saturday, guys.
Okay.
Yay. I'm gonna take a little rest.